welcome back to the channel. My name is Tara, and today I'm going to be doing some plant pot slash candle pot molds. Now, these molds I got off Amazon. This is a Boo and Nicole mold, and it's like a little building, an old style building. This one, I got off Temu, and it is a knockoff version of Boo and Nicole's other building type mold. Now, this is a beautiful mold. This one is still beautiful, but sometimes it doesn't exactly pay to buy the knockoff, because even though it still ends up being nice, and it comes with this little casing around it, the silicone has some holes in it, like right there, and it's got a couple different ones. So it makes these little extra spots in your casting. You can sand it down so it's not too bad, but yeah, and I think I paid like $20 for this one. This one was close to 40. So, I mean, weigh your options there. I don't know if it's still on Temu, because most of their stuff, at least in the American store, is sold out. But they both come with lids. I'm not going to be using the lid for this one today, because I'm going to be using this as a succulent pot. This one, I was going to make it a succulent pot, but I think I'm just going to do a candle in it. So here's the lid. It's just the top of the building, just like that. And then I have this little tray mold that I use several times, and you can tell because it's all matte, as a little stand to sit it in to catch the water. And so I'm going to put this little hole maker in this one to let the water drain. And since if you sit this directly on top of here, it's going to be flat to it and the water still won't drain properly. What I do is I take these little rubber stamps and you use it as an inlay, so you can stick it in there like that, and it allows a little bit of room for that water to drain down. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I was going to use mix to mold, but I didn't really want it to be stark white. So what I'm going to use is Perfect Cast. Perfect Cast is just similar casting powder, just like the rest of them that are 10 to 3, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper. It's only like $8 for like a 5-pound bag, and it's kind of like an off-white creamy type color. So that's what I'm going to use today. And I'm going to start off with just one mold. So I'm going to move these out of the way so we have a good little area to work on. Now I will need to kind of bash this around because there's a lot of detail in there. So, and this will just move. So I'm going to wait on that until I get the mixture ready to pour. So I've just measured up a couple spoon or capfuls or measuring spoons full of this, and I'm just gonna just add some water. I'm not gonna measure it because we all know it just kind of you can just make it a little thicker, a little thinner, however you want it to be. And I'm gonna I'm gonna mix it on the thinner side just so I can get into all those details. Definitely need more water than that. Let's see. It's not stark white, it's kind of got like a beige color to it. It can work to your advantage. And I don't think that's going to be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some more powder. This one does get a lot more air bubbles in it though. It's the only thing. So you got to mix really well and kind of want to mix it on the thinner side. But otherwise it's a nice little casting powder. Either way. And it's cheap too. Add a little bit more. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough either. It's a pretty big mold. So let's get a little bit more. I'm going to need it. I can just, if I make too much, then I'll just put it in one of the other ones. I just don't want to make up too much all at once because I am going to need to dig around in that mold a little bit to get all those air bubbles out of all the detailed areas. Use my spoon to kind of smash the powder down at the bottom so I don't have any little clumps. And kind of just scoop around, make sure it's not hiding in any of the ridges at the bottom of my bowl here. Okay, that looks good. Now, if you do have like all these air pockets, like or air bubbles like that, you can take a little bit of alcohol and spray it and pop those. And it doesn't cause any problems with the curing or anything either. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this a little bit. Oh. And then I'm going to get me a little skinny paintbrush. I'm going to use that to kind of go in between all those little details. I'm going to pour a little bit first, kind of do some bashing around, swirl it, and then I'm going to use the tip of my paintbrush to just go around the edge and try to get in between those little details of the building, like the windows and doors and such. Kind of scrape it around, pour a little bit at a time. This one does take a little bit longer to cure also, which is good for like this. So you have time before it starts getting too thick to kind of get in all that detail work. Yeah. I think the base of this also has some little spots where it gets like extra pieces of either casting compound or holes in it or something. Can't remember. It's been a while since I did it. I was trying to get some of those air bubbles to come up and it's probably shaking. Sorry. Alright. Hopefully should be good. So I'm going to clear off a little spot here and put my thing here in the middle. I'm just going to fill it the rest of the way up. And hopefully I have enough. Actually, no. I'm going to stop and try to go around the little ledge of the building here at the base of it. Yeah. Add some more. Looks like it's leaning a little sideways. Let's see if I can get that to stand up right. Let's see. That might be good like that. I could take a tiny bit more. There's a bubble. Get that. All right. So a little bit more. Let's try to maybe move this out of the way. Tap it. And it's not enough to fill up any of those. So I might just add some more water and then add some more powder. Add the water first so it doesn't want to cure up on me with extra powder. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll do the next building first, I guess. Get a napkin. Just gonna add a couple spoonfuls. Do a little bit at a time. Might need to add some more water. Yeah, I went through yesterday and rearranged some of my potted plants outside and used some of the ones I had from in the house and added to my outside ones. Then I noticed that because I had made these buildings once before for succulents, and I guess the sealant that I used apparently wasn't very good because it's not waterproof, and the kind of you can tell that the water is kind of coming through, and yeah, so they look bad. So I want to go ahead and make a new one to put my little succulent in, and then I'm going to put a candle beside it on like the little shelf where I have the succulent sitting. I have a big window in my kitchen, and that's where I have a couple little shelves for like plants and things. And because that's the only real place that I have a whole lot of sun coming in that I could do that. And yeah, I think it would look nice. But the ones that are up there now, they don't. So, all right, I think hopefully that should be good. I might add a little bit more water just to make it thinner. This one doesn't have as much detail as the other one, but it still has quite a bit of detail. I got some powder stuck to my spoon there. Good thing this stuff is eco-friendly. Okay, so I'm just going to do just like I did on the other one. And start off by pouring just a little bit. Now this one doesn't have the entire thing covered, which is nice. This one's nice where it has the whole thing covered, but it does have this little plastic rim around it that it's supposed to keep it from going out of shape, but it's not real tight around it, so I don't know how that's supposed to do much. Get those bubbles from around the rim, if there are any. Oh, I'm shaking you. Sorry. And use my little paintbrush here to get into those windows. I need one of those little vibrating plates like I've seen some people use. That'd be nice. Now, I don't think I'm going to have enough on this one. Maybe not. Actually, it might be perfect. We'll see. So close. Oh, so very close. All I needed was a little bit more. That's not going to do it. So I'm going to have to mix up a little bit more for that one. See some bubbles there. Just going to tap all the way around the sides. Trying to get those to come up. Yeah, see, there's a bunch there. Spray a little bit of alcohol. And then get some more going. That one's good. Might have been a little over poured though. Okay. Maybe that'll be good. Right there. Move this bucket out of the way. Let's go with this one. Now with this, it's got a bunch of detail in this little cap here. I'm gonna try to use my paintbrush to get some of those out. And it's got this part where you need to get up underneath of that lip as well. I'm going to put a little bit in there. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush and scoop up underneath of there. I think I need more to do that though. Okay, that should be good. Now, you can kind of see through this, where you can see if there's bubbles in there. So I'm going to just try to pick up on the lid here and get those air bubbles out of that. You kind of pick up on the silicone while scooping. It'll get the perfect cast or whatever you're using. It'll kind of suck it underneath of there if you pull up on it at the same time. Kind of twisting my words today. Woo, getting tongue twisted. Okay, I think that's full. So now, can we see that? Yeah, kind of. I don't want to move that though. All right. Let's kind of swish this around. And starting to get thicker. Is that? There's. Oh, I didn't put my little thing in there. Hold on now. Okay. I'll put my little rubber stamp in there real quick. Now, it's not sticking down very well because I already have stuff on there now, but it'll stay in place well enough for what I need it for. Okay. Well, gonna have a little extra, it looks like. Pretty good, pretty good. So, let's see, what should I do with this? Oh, let's see. Hold on one second. All right, so everything is cured and cooled down. So I made a second one of these for it to go under the candle. I did not put a inlay in there. So I took this one out. I just never took the inlay out. I wanted to do that with you. So the powder did somewhat go underneath there, but it will break straight off. So you just kind of take this out and see it just breaks right on off of there. And you're just left with a little open spot. Trying to get that off of there. So that's pretty. It's nice. I really like that. And this won't be sticky on the back anymore, but you can still use it. Just, it won't stick. So here's the next one. Oh, well, this one's kind of looks a little funny for some reason. Not sure why. Might have had, I think I had a little extra water in it too. That's the only thing about this perfect cast. Sometimes you do get these marks. So, not sure why. Still looks good. It's fine. So here's an extra. So this is that little small candle pot that I poured some of that extra in. It's a cute little thing. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. Couple little bubbles. It's okay. It's like a little seascape. It's got shells and starfish and waves. Yeah, I like that. You can put like a little candlestick in there, or you can just like pour some candle wax in it. However, so that's a cute little candle pot. And when I made this second tray, I had some extra, and I just put in some little green pigment dye. That's for water-based pigment dye that I got off of Temu. I like that color, really. And this is my little turtle mold that I made. I was trying to make a crystal mold, but it didn't turn out great. But it's cute um, for like the casting powder, because you can't tell that it was matte in some areas. That turned out good. The blue one didn't turn out great because it was pretty thick at that point, so I got some bubbles and the little gems. But these ones are okay. This is my old turtle mold. It's got a different pattern. Oh wow. That's like a druzy type one. So yeah, that one's not best looking because it was more crystal, like druzies uh instead of the little rhinestones. But this one's cute. I like that. All right, now let's move on to these. Let's move this out of the way. We'll start with this one. This is the lid to the candle jar I'm going to use. There we go. I don't know why it's green like that. Oh, I wonder if it was left over from the last time. Like the ink was in there from the because I did a green one the last time I did this. Huh. But yeah, that's cute. So it's got like a little building on top of there. Got one little bubble right there, one right there. I didn't get any underneath of here, except for some micro bubbles, but no real like big ones. You're not going to see that green anyway. It's going to be sitting like this, so that's okay. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and do the jar that goes with that one. You just kind of slide this off just like that. And kind of just loosen it all the way around. Okay, so I got it flipped over. Let's try to roll it down now. Okay. All right. Woo! Goodness. I'm gonna break my glass heat pad or heat resin thing. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get my mold back in shape. All right, so ooh, I like that. Got one little bubble right there. Not too bad. One right there. But yeah, that looks good. I like that. I'm glad I did it in the perfect cast instead of the mixed mold. I think it looks more like stone than the white would have. But yeah, what do you think? I like that. I really wish that green wasn't on there though, because you can see it right there. Might not have to use the lid though, because I might just kind of sit it there after I put the candle in it beside the other one. But yeah, that turned out pretty good. Very little bubbles. All right, let's get this other one. So this one, I'm going to take the rubber bands off so we can get the casing off of it. And should I pull this out first? Maybe let's do the mold first. This one's a lot easier to get off of, though. I will say that. Get that suction out of there. Get the mold back in shape. Okay. And pull this out. There we go. Oh, that turned out good too. I just love this mold. I do have a few bubbles though. And see, this is what I was talking about. See if you can see it. See that piece right there? That's not supposed to be there. That's because there's holes in the silicone. There's one right there. See, that one don't have one. I do have a bubble right there, and that's just from the nature of the mold. That's not from extra silicone, I don't think. There's another one right there and there too. Dang it. You can fix those though. If you mix up a little bit of the powder with just a little bit of water to make like a paste, you can fill that in like that and you'll never know it was there. But these will have to be sanded down to get those off. It's the only thing I didn't like about that mold, but they did return the money for it. Oh, look at that. It's still not. Oh, well, I don't need a lid anyway, but yeah. I think I had my thing around it wrong or something. You got to position it the right way. I think I may had it put on there wrong or something, because I don't know why else that would be lopsided. It's not round. I don't know if you can tell, but it's not round. It's more oval. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I don't need the lid for it, and there's going to be a plant in there, so that's okay. But yeah, what do you think? You like them? I like them. I think they make a good little set. So yeah. I wonder, I don't know. I was going to do some embellishments to it, but I'm not so sure now. Now, especially since I did the perfect cast instead, I was going to do it white with like gold on the arches, but I don't know. I might just leave it like that. I have to think about it. So yeah, so this will just sit on here like that, and it's like a perfect little fit. I got some green on there though. I don't know how that happened, because I didn't even have the green out yet. So, but yeah, that sits in there just like that. Catches the water that comes out of the plant pot. And this will just be a little tray. Just set the candle on, just like that. Yeah, I like it. So what else do we have? This, yeah. Okay, so I haven't decided if I'm going to do the actual candle making on this video or not. Or if I will do it on a separate video. I'll have to think about that. So for now, I'm just gonna let this sit and get all the water out of it, because you don't want to seal any kind of moisture in with any sort of sealant. So I'm gonna let this get all the moisture out for a little bit, and then I'm gonna think about what I'm gonna do with the rest of the video, and then I will let you know when we come back. Okay, so I wasn't exactly thrilled with just this plain look like here when I put the plant next to it. So what I did, I left this one so I can show you. What I did is I took the polyacrylic, which is this polyacrylic crystal clear top coat. It dries clear, and I mixed it with the Let's Resin metallic powder in bronze, because the plant I have, it's green, but at the tips of one of them it has like a coppery look to it, and I'll show you at the end. And I made like a paint with it, so it looks like this. And then I also did the tray to match, so it looked like that. And I started on this one, so I wanted to be like a matching set. So I have the tray here for that, and the lid done. I'm going to show you, I mean, it's easy. All you're doing is just mixing. I scooped out some of that polyacrylic clear top coat, and then you just kind of, let me get a spoon, just mix it like this. And of course that has a lot of pigment in it, so you don't need a whole lot, but I wanted to make sure I got plenty. Let's go with that for now. And then I just take my thick paintbrush here and just mix it all together. And it mixes in really good. And you have a paint. And I was already going to use the polyacrylic to seal it anyway. So you just paint it on here. It's really good coverage. Okay. Easy peasy. It goes on really smooth. So you're sealing and painting at the same time. Now do the inside of it as well. That's the main part that needs to be done, because that's what the problem was with this last set that I did, was even though I had sealed it a couple different coats with the wax, over time, after watering the plant, it kind of broke through that barrier and started ruining the pot. And you can see like the moisture coming through, and it kind of even smells rotten. Yeah, it's awful. So I figure this is a good waterproof sealant for sure. That wax just, I don't know, just did not do it do a very good job. So yeah, but I wanted to just show you what I was going to do, or what I did, and how to do it. And then I will come back after I've finished this. All right, guys, so I just did all this last clip with no mic on. So dang it, I'm so sorry. What I was saying was, I've already finished this, right, for the candle. And this is probably going to be a long video, but I know a lot of people do, or had said that they would like to see some candle making on the channel, so I did want to go ahead and do it all on one video. But I will do my best to edit down for people that doesn't want to sit here around here for a week for this video. So I'm going to do this candle, and then I have this little, I don't know if you watched the video or not, but I made this little rose candle jar on one of my videos out of mixed mold. And I've got this mold from Boo and Nicole. And what's something cool about this mold is it comes with its own little mold, silicone mold to make a candle. And so my plan is to make one of these to go in that jar. And then once you burn the wax down, you can just pop it out and then make a new one. So you can keep using that jar. Well, and then I'm also going to make me some wax melts. I have these little succulent molds that are really cute. These are, they're two different sets I got off Amazon. This is more for like a candle mold. These you can use for resin, candle, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can use both for both. But I thought maybe make some wax melts to go in one of my warmers. So that'll be cute. And what I was saying before is a good way to measure, like if you're only doing like one candle, or if you're doing several candles and you want them to be different scents or whatever, what you do is you fill up your jars however high you want it to be. You don't want it to be completely full, of course. So however high up you want it to be, you fill it up with wax. You dump it in your pot. Well, and then you fill it up again, because you know when your wax melts, it condenses down. So if you fill it up twice, that is a good measurement on it being a full candle and you not having too much or too little. Okay, so that's what I did. I filled this up twice, about this far, and I put it in my warmer. And I'll do that with all of them like that. Okay, so this is starting to melt down. And what else was I saying? Oh, and how well, dang it. When you have a candle kit, of course it comes with your wax your wax placement things. I got two different sets. I got the ones with the little paper wicks, and then I got the ones with the wood ones. The wood ones will come with this little metal piece. You just put one of these double-sided sticky things on it, and you place it in the middle. And then this one, you do the same thing, and you just can place it in with one of these, or they also have those little metal trays. I kind of like this one better. It seems that it holds it still better with the little popsicle stick. But okay, I think we're all caught up now. So now I'll be back as soon as the wax is all good and melted. All right, so everything's all melted now. So I got my little glove that came with it, and I have this little wax. Well, it's supposed to be for like milk with your, like when you do froth for your coffee or whatever. You can use for wax too. So I'm going to transfer this into here because it has a pour spout, and it'd be easier to pour it in there than in this thing. So I'm going to pour this in here. Stick this back in there. Now, when you add your fragrance oil, you're going to need a temperature gauge thing. This little meat thermometer, because you want to be able to know when to pour your wax, or put your fragrance oil in. So I'm going to stick this little thing under here. I know this is silicone mat, but I don't want to mess this one up. So I'm going to stick that under there, And you want to pour your fragrance oil when your wax temperature is about 160 to 165. So right now, I'm going to have to let it cool down, I'm sure. We are at, oh yeah, we're at like 500 degrees. Yeah, so that's going to need to cool down. I probably didn't need to have that thing up there that high. So I'm going to wait for this to cool down, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I just realized I had that on Celsius. Wasn't paying attention. Okay, so we're good to pour now, or good to put the stuff in. Where'd it go? Okay. So I'm going to take this glove off. Now, I'm not good. I don't exactly know how much fragrance oil to put in. So I'm just going to put me a couple droppers in. I don't know. I just want it to smell good. I'm going to put it in until I think it smells good. So I'm going to put me a good dropper in. Use a little pipette to do it. And that smells really good. But just for good measure, I'm going to add a little bit more. There we go. So, and then whenever you pour, it needs to be at least 150 Fahrenheit. Now, this is going to cool down below that, so it should be fine. You want to do that for your, so you don't burn up your fragrance oil and so you don't crack your pot. Because I've done that before too. So I'm just going to pour this in. Well, where'd it go? There ain't very much in there, is there? Or maybe I didn't put in it. I guess I didn't shake it down whenever I was, I just kind of dumped it in there. I should have shook it down a little bit. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess you can be wrong on that. So I'm going to add a little bit more because it's not full enough. I didn't fill it up all the way either. That could have been my problem. So yeah, I'm going to add a little bit more to it. And I'll let this melt and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got this one filled up. I'm telling you, every time I forget to turn that mic on, it throws me off for a minute. Okay, so we got this one filled up. So I'm going to go ahead, and I already filled up this little thing full once. So I'm going to dump this in there, and I shook it down to make sure it was plenty full. Which I should have done this before I put this in, and that one I completely forgot. It's been a while since I did candles. Did some around Christmas, and that was really only like the first time I really did them. So I'm going to fill them up one more time. Kind of shake it down. One big scoop. Where it's full. Shake it down. And that should be good enough this time. I'm going to dump that in there. Let that get to melting. Which I got some stuck around there on the little sticky pad. So I'm going to scrape that off. And there we go. So that should get to melting. And with the one I'm going to make for the rose, I'm going to do a different scent. This one, for this jar, I did the cranberry mandarin. It's from Mainstays. It's like a Walmart brand. It smells really, really good. For the flower jar, the rose jar, I'm going to use Black Orchid fragrance oil. Now, I got this in one of my hauls a while back, and I got it off of Amazon. So, I don't want to move that yet. So, I'm going to wait for this to get all melted, and then we'll be back. Okay, so this is all melted now. So I'm going to transfer it over. And since I know I'm going to do those wax melts over there, I'm going to go ahead and get some more wax started, so it can be melting while we do that. And I'm not going to try to pour the wax into those little molds, because I think it would just make too big of a mess. I'm just going to put a few scoops in there and let that be melting. So now I'm going to take the temperature on my wax and make sure I have it on Fahrenheit. And it looks like we're only at about 140, 145. So I think that'll be just fine. I'm going to go ahead and add some fragrance oil. It's not too hot to where it's going to burn it up, but it's still melted, so it's fine. I'm impatient. I don't know if it has to be as high as 160. I mean, it's melted. And I know it just doesn't need to be any higher than 160, 165. I'm going to put a couple of droppers of this in. And I'm going to stir it around. Make sure you mix in your fragrance oil really well. Okay, let's go ahead and smell it. I think it could take a little bit more. Okay, this should be good. Just make sure you mix it or stir it really, really good. You get it all incorporated into all that wax. I'm gonna add some more. I think once the fragrance oil hits the wax, it kind of loses its strength, you know. And this dropper is not getting all the way full. It's only getting to the very bottom for some reason. I know there's a certain amount of fragrance oil that you should probably stop at, but I haven't gotten that far and worried about that. Just if it smells good, that's enough for me, you know. Okay, that's good. Oh, goodness, about dropped it. I'm gonna pour it in slowly. And that might be a little too much, huh? Well, actually, that's about perfect. There we go. We'll drop more. There we go. Yeah, see, that was perfect. I don't know what happened the first time, but that one was a good one. I'm just going to leave it sit just like that. And then for the little cactus mold or succulent molds, I got two different ones. I guess I'll put in some and see how far that gets us. And then if we have any of these extra, I'll do the other one. So I have Better Homes and Gardens, which is soft cashmere, and this smells amazing. And then I have the Country Lane Cucumber Melon. I got this one from Hobby Lobby and this one from Walmart. And this, believe it or not, is the same price just about as this. Hobby Lobby is a little overpriced on their fragrance stuff. But I think I might have gotten that when it was on clearance. No, I got the wax when it was on clearance. That's what it was. Yeah, so let's get this stirred up a little bit. Just about done. Really shouldn't move that. Not while it's cooling. Sometimes they'll cave in on you. But if they do cave in on you, you can just mix up a little bit more wax and pour on top of it. Not really sure why it does that sometimes. I think it's because when I did it, I think it was because I moved it. Because I only had it happen on one candle last time that I did this. And that one was one that I did move out of the way. So I wouldn't move your candles until they're good and cooled down. So that is melted now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glove back on and get this transferred over. Get my little thermometer ready. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take the temperature. Oh. Now when you're taking the temperature, if you're using one of these little meat thermometers, don't let your stick touch the bottom. You want to have it kind of suspended in the wax. It'll get the wrong temperature if it's actually touching your container. And we're about 145, just like the other one. So it should be good to add our fragrance oil. And I'm going to go with the soft cashmere first. Shake that up a bit. Oh, I didn't take my little thing off. Oh. Okay. I'm just going to take my little pipette, add a couple of droppers. Now this one's filling up more than that other one was, so I'm going to try two first. Stir it up real good. Okay. It smells really good, but I'm going to add one more. Okay, let's check it again. I think that's good. Okay. And so let's see, which ones do we want to try first? Kind of like, let's see. It's been a while since I used these molds, but I think I'm going to try this one first. Oh, I just dropped something in there. Oh no. Ah, that's not good. Okay. Alright. Well, there's something else in there. Dang it. Alright, so I'm just going to fill this up. Looks like there's something inside the mold too. I think that bowl was dirty. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Looks like I'm gonna have a good amount. I'll be able to do several of these. Oh, you know what? I should have put some mica powder in these. I didn't even think about that. Well, I did before, but as soon as I turned the camera on, I forgot. That would have been cute. You know what? Should I do it? What if I got time? I mean, I don't know if you're... I've never tried putting mica powder in them before, and I don't know if there's a certain temperature that you should put it in at, but I have known people to do that. I wonder if we can... You know what? I'm not... I don't know. I'm going to try it, though. Let's try a green. I don't know. Like, I might be screwing up. I might be screwing up here. Well, let's mix it in. Look at that. It is mixing in. Let's do a little bit more, because I know once it cools down, it's gonna... Some of that is gonna be muted because of the color of the wax. Oh, that's gonna be cute. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Okay, let's go with this little one. This one's got like a little flower on top of it. It'd been cool if I could have got the flower a different color or something. Oh, that is too cute. Dang it, I wish I could have done those other ones. Oh well, I can always make more. Yeah, we're gonna have plenty. Might fill them all up with this. I don't know. Oh, there's some... Well, too late now. There was something in that one. There we go. Got a little bit more. I got enough to fill this one. That's kind of a big one, and there's not a whole lot left. These are all small, too. Ah! Dang it. Yeah, I'm gonna get all kinds. Oh, come on now. Or it cools down too much. Making a mess. Alright. Still got more. Ah! Goodness. I wonder if I should be worried about bubbles. It's pretty thin, so... I'm gonna squish it around. This video is going to be 2 hours long. Wow, okay. Still got more. Ah, Lord, maybe I should have did the big one earlier. Guess we can always, oh my goodness, it's still going. These are little. That's not good. Wow, I got all kinds of them with this little bit. I didn't think I made that much. Oh, running out now. This one's got to be two-toned. Uh, yeah, I only got one little tiny one left. Ain't really enough to make up any more. That's this little bitty tiny one, unless if they make some more. Make a couple more of them or something. I wonder if I can just fill it up with what's. Lord have mercy. All right, well, we'll be back when it cools down. Okay, well, these are all cooled down now, ready to demold. So I did mix up a little bit more and finished filling up this one. And then I filled up this one. Looks like it caved in a little bit right there. And these two. And I mixed up pink mica powder in those. And the cucumber melon fragrance oil. So this one is done too. Good and hard. Now with these, I got these little wick cutting things. I'm not very good at this, but you just kind of sit them down in there, try to get it straight, and oh, there you go, just like that. Kind of, or the wax kind of messed up a little bit, but no, it's cute. And with this one, just the same thing. Just trim the wick back. This one's a little, oh, no, that's fine. These are really sharp, so it cuts pretty good. With scissors, not so much. So you're just gonna pop this out of here. Careful, because the soy wax is pretty soft, so you don't want to mess it up. But looks like it's gonna pop right out of there. Kind of just squeeze it just like that. And you take your little jar here, and it just fits down in there. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And there you go. That's neat. Very cute. Alrighty. And we'll demold these ones. Never poured candle wax in these, so I'm going to try to do it gently. And use that maybe to pull. I'm afraid I'm going to tear it up. Let me see. Oh, I kind of already messed it up. I think really the beeswax would have maybe been better for this, because it's harder. Yeah, see, this is soft. The soy wax is really soft. It melts quicker. Oh no. Probably the soft, these ones, the ones that are actually made for candles, probably better. Except for I'm breaking that one a little bit, but I might have not waited long enough either. Still cute. Yeah, I think probably beeswax, or like a mixture of the two. I've seen some people that will mix like half and half. I think they're all going to do that. No, this one's okay. There we go. Yeah. Cute. It smells amazing. That one had some overpour. Oh, well, this one, that could also be from bubbles too. Because this one normally gets a lot of bubbles in it, with even with resin. But yeah, still seems a little soft. Also, it could have damaged the integrity by putting mica powder in. I might have put too much. I don't know. Never put mica powder in them before. So, there you go. Oh, that one broke too. It's alright. It'll still work in a, what you call it, a little wax warmer. Just throw them all in there. Alright, now I don't have any more of the candle mold ones. These are all the ones that I think are more for resin. Because they're not like that soft, easy to demold silicone. Oh, yeah, I keep breaking. I think next time I'll definitely get some beeswax instead of the uh, soy wax, if I am going to do these again. Let me get all these out real quick. Okay, so I think either it could be a combination of a few different things. So either the soy wax is too soft for these type of molds because they break, or I put too much fragrance oil, or it's the mica powder, because I do notice, if you look at this, the pink mica that I put more of in, it fell, and every time I get one out, it breaks right there where the mica powder is. Like, this is a whole chunk, but all that at the top where the mica powder fell, it's stuck in there. It's super soft. So I think maybe I did put too much mica powder, or like I said, just a combination of all of that. I've never done it like this before, never used these molds before. And yeah, so a couple of them did turn out good, you know, but trying to get those out. Whereas a little bit like the ones that were actually that real soft candle silicone was pretty good. These other ones didn't come out great. So I will definitely, if I do it again, I will definitely use the softer silicone, and maybe not use the uh, mica powders. So yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with that right now because that's gonna be a pain to get out. So yeah. Oh, and I did go ahead and put the plants into the pot, and this is the one we just did, which turned out amazing. I think I don't want to turn it sideways, but I'll get you some pictures afterwards. But see how the tips of this flower had that coppery color? So I chose that, and I think it turned out really, really good. And I will definitely get some pictures. And I don't know if you watched this other video where I made those little candle pots that had like the beach scene on them. I went on ahead and put some soil and some plants in there. I'll get pictures of these at the end as well. And I did put some sealant, that acrylic or polyacrylic sealant on the inside and the outside of this. So I think that one turned out pretty cute too. And this is the other one, which I love this little scenery here. Oh yeah, what do you think? Do you like them? So, but anyway, I like them. I'm gonna go get the lid to this one. Like I said, I'll get pictures of everything, but there we go. And the lid fits with the wick on it and everything. So, alright guys, I know this was a really long video, so I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'll get pictures and all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Bye.